Hello dear students, today our topic is I don't believe it. Activities of our lesson are working with the vocabulary, listening tasks, matching, speaking, telling a story, reading. So let's begin with warming up. How do you know if someone is lying? From little white lies to lies which can destroy nations, people have lied for as long as they have told the truth. Some people are very good at it. So, how do we know if someone is lying? Here are the things to look out for. First, the guilty hand. When someone is telling the truth, they usually use more body language. They move their hands and their face more. When someone lies, their hands are still. Second, the lying eye. People find it very hard to tell you a lie if they are looking at you straight in the eyes. Normally, they look away just at the moment that they tell the lie. The third, the me. When people tell a story about themselves, they tend to use a lot of me words like I, me, and my. When they tell a lie, they don't use the me words as much. So now you will have a vocabulary activity of using say and tell. Match the phrases from 1 to 6 with A till F to make sentences. For example, first, I'm terrible at telling F jokes. I always forget to punch time. Line. To be terrible at telling means to be not good at. Yes? Alright, next activity. Look at the phrases from A to J. Which phrases complete extracts from 1 to 6? For example, let's take the first. So anyway, I then got onto the tube to go for my interview. Right, and what happened then? Yes, please fulfill this task. So next activity is functioning, telling a story. Look at the pictures above which tell a story. They are not in the correct order. What do you think is happening in each picture? Right now we shall have listening activity. Listen to a woman telling her story. Number the pictures in the correct order. Then you will check yourself.
Recording 8. Okay, so tell me all about it.
Well, in the beginning, I was at home, and this was just one morning before a very important interview, and I didn't feel well, so my mother had given me some pills, and then I didn't think anything more about it. So anyway, I then got on to the tube to go for my interview.
Right, and what happened then?
Well, clearly I must have fallen asleep, so I wasn't feeling great by this time. And I'm starting to feel sleepy, so I'm thinking I must have fallen asleep. Anyway, I was getting some funny looks even before I fell asleep. But anyway, I fell asleep, and then I realised before long I must have been having a dream, I suppose, about my mother. And all of a sudden, I've woken up, but I haven't just woken up. I've woken up shouting the word, Mum!
No, you're joking.
At the top of my voice in a packed, quiet tube.
Oh, no.
Yes, and everybody's staring at me, and that did not help matters. Anyway, I've got off the tube, and I've then arrived at my interview, put all that behind me. I'm still not feeling 100% perfect, but nevertheless, arrived at my interview on time and go in and think, actually, this is going rather well. They're not saying an awful lot, and come to think of it, they're looking at me in a rather strange way.
Right, then what?
Well, the next thing I knew, I have left the interview and said, thank you very much for seeing me, blah, 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 and gone to the ladies' room. And there in the mirror, I could see what everybody was looking at and why they couldn't say anything.
What was it?
My face had swollen up, and it was bright red and covered in blotches, spots.
Oh, you're kidding.
Yes, and the pills that my mother had given me were so out of date that they had caused an allergic reaction.
Oh, how embarrassing.
I know.
So I hope you managed to put all the pictures in the correct order. And right now we shall have one more activity. We shall get acquainted with the phrases which can be used to help to tell the sequence of the story. Add the sequencers from the box to the correct place in the table. For example, usage of these phrases, yes? Beginning, in the beginning, this happened when. Or let's take the last, ending. So, finally, in the end. So, try to put these phrases in the correct column. So this was the last task, and right now you will have your homework. So first, you should prepare to tell a story. It can be a true story or a lie. Choose one of the situations below. Talk about when you got stuck in a lift, missed or nearly missed a flight, lost something valuable, spoke to someone famous, got a tattoo, went swimming at night, were mistaken for someone else, slept outside, tried a very dangerous sport, found something unusual. And second part is think about the details of your story. Think about the questions below and make some notes or practice telling your story. Try to use some of sequences from exercise 4, which were analyzed on the previous slide. Where were you? Why were you there? What were you doing? What happened? How did you feel? And etc. So this is your homework. Our lesson is over. See you on my next lessons.